Well, we have a special guest with us here today. We have John Maroney, the Financial Engagement Manager with Numerica. Thanks for being here with us.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
John, we want to talk about something upcoming this week on 529. It's very fitting, is WA 529 Day, right? Tell us, what is WA 529?
Yeah, well, in the financial services industry, we have some random holidays that we like to celebrate. And 529 Day, May 29th, is when we like to highlight 529 investment accounts, which are options for parents, grandparents, et cetera, to begin to save money to pay for education expenses for their kiddos or their grandkids. And so it's a great time to be thinking about that, especially we're in the midst of graduation season. So lots of people are thinking about what's the next step in my educational journey. And so that's what we're highlighting.
Totally, yeah, you're right. This time of year, that's kind of top of mind for a lot of people. And thinking about the cost of college in today's financial world, it's kind of daunting. It's expensive.
Yeah, it can feel very intimidating for folks. And there are lots of different ways to kind of slice and dice bringing those costs down. But one of the best things that parents can do now, especially if you have a younger kiddo, is begin to invest for that future education expense in a 529 plan. And we have some really excellent options in Washington State where folks can do that.
So tell us, what does that look like? How much are we talking about to start if you're just getting started? Maybe you have a toddler, or maybe you have a 10-year-old right now. Where is a good place to start, and what does that contribution look like?
Yeah, it's a great question. And I think about this a lot because I have a 5-year-old. My daughter Mila is in kindergarten. We started her 529 when she was 3.
Okay.
And we started out just doing $100 a month.
Okay.
And it's built up pretty significantly. Like right now, she has about $10,000 in her 529 just through those contributions and then the investment growth that has gone with it. And so people often feel like, oh, I have this big major expense in front of me. Almost like it's a mountain that they have to climb over, and how am I going to do that? Small moves that are made early can have a really big difference. And so even if you can start out with $25 to $50 a month, that can actually really add up for folks.
Yeah. And then I also want to ask you about Numerica's resources too, because part of 529 Day, you guys are promoting some of the education around this. What are some ways that people can get involved, reach out to you or someone at Numerica about maybe starting a 529 account?
Sure. Yeah. So our Numerica Financial Services, which is kind of the investment portion of our credit union, handles those 529 plans. A lot of people are going to be well served by going onto the Washington 529 plan website. It's wa529.gov. And that has kind of the two different plan options that we have here. We have the GET plan, which is the Guaranteed Education Tuition Plan, and then the Invest plan. And the GET plan is where you're kind of buying credits at a Washington university. And what they do is they look at the most expensive university in Washington State, which is UW in Seattle. And so you're buying tuitions at today's prices. And so like you referenced earlier, education expenses have gone up. So you're locking in today's prices, and then your student can use those regardless of what state school they go to, or even if they go out of state or to a private.
And that's what I wanted to ask you. I think some people who may know this program through growing up, like for me, I thought it was only for in-state, but you're telling me that you can actually use credits out of state and even internationally?
You can, yes. And so there is kind of a formula by which they'll transfer the value of those Washington state credits that you're buying to out of state, to privates. If you think that your kiddo is going to go to a state institution, and I know that sometimes that's hard to project, the GET plan may be a really good option for you.
Okay.
But if you're thinking you want more flexibility, they have the Invest option, which has some preset investment portfolios based on your risk level you want to take on. And that is ultimate flexibility because it's just dollars. And so that's what we do with our daughter, is because we're not quite sure what she's going to do. My wife works at a private university that we may send her to. And so that gives you a little bit more flexibility. So you kind of have two different options.
All right. Well, John, thanks so much for being here. We'll put John's email on the screen. If you have any questions, you can reach out. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.